Hey everyone, it's Kirsten, and I wanted to share with you my awesome experience I had yesterday running a marathon in North Dakota. This was my 24th state in my quest to run a marathon in all 50 states. So this was with a company called Mainly Marathons, and you can find out information about them at mainlymarathons.com. And it's a company that puts on back-to-back races in several states at a time, so that people who are trying to get in different states can knock them out day after day after day instead of having to travel more over the weekends and take more time off, etc. So for example, this run that I just did, it was a 6-state series in South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, Nebraska, and Colorado. So I had already done the other 5 states, so I just drove up to do North Dakota. And I felt kind of like a slacker because probably about half the people that do the race, they're doing the whole series. And so I felt kind of bad. People were like, oh, you look so strong. I'm like, yeah, that's because I'm not running 6 marathons. I'm only running 1 marathon. So they have an option of a full marathon, a half marathon, and a 5K at every race. So pretty awesome. So check them out if you are wanting to run a race during the week, which I love. Like my race was on a Tuesday. Or if you want to knock out different states back to back. So next month I'm doing a series, and I'm doing the full series in, it's called the Appalachian Series, and it's West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia. It's 7 states in 7 days, 7 marathons. So I'm really excited, a little nervous about that because I ran a marathon yesterday and I can barely walk today. So I had a really great experience. Leading up to the marathon, I was a little nervous. I've actually been injured for the last 4 weeks. I've had some sciatica problems, and for the first 2 weeks, it was horrible. I was in pain. It hurt to sit. It hurt to move. I couldn't bend over or twist or anything, and so I mostly just walked slowly or swam really easily. And so I did that for 2 weeks. And then the last 2 weeks I was feeling better. It was just still really achy and sore. So I started doing deep water running, which by the way is super hard if you want a really good workout, deep water running. And then the few days before the marathon, I just wanted to make sure that it didn't hurt because I didn't want to do something, I didn't want to mess myself up even worse by doing the marathon. So I ran a mile at a time the last 4 days before I went and ran the marathon with no pain, the next day I felt the same as I did the day before, so nothing got worse. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. So I wasn't really sure what to expect since I hadn't really run in 4 weeks leading up to the marathon, but I knew that I could do it. So either I was going to be super tapered and do really well, or I was going to, crash hard after an hour. So it was a perfect day. The other thing I love about Mainly Marathons is most of their all of their races are some sort of out and back or a loop, so that you can put all your stuff in one spot. So if it's cold in the morning, you just wear more clothes and then you can shed them down. You can leave, if you like a certain energy drink or certain food, you can leave it on a table and just get at each loop. The race we did in North Dakota, it was 1.1 miles out and then 1.1 miles back. So it was about 2.2 miles out and back. So we did that 12 times. So it was perfect for me because, I didn't know how I was going to feel. I didn't want to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Plus, I wanted to wear my compression pants for my tights for as long as possible because I knew my legs would be really tired from lack of running. So I wore them for the first 5 loops, and then I was just way too hot. So I took them off, changed into a running skirt. And then I also like it because I can leave my drink there, and I could just take drinks every loop, and I don't know, I just like the loop thing. Plus, everyone is really awesome. There's about 50 people that did the full and 50 people that did the half, and so you see everyone a ton of times. And they put your name on your race number, so you could be, everyone's like, hi, Kirsten, good job, Kirsten, looking good, Kirsten. So it's a great environment, and everyone is super, super supportive and friendly, and it makes it a really great experience. So I'm excited to do the 7 days just because even though I know it's going to be really hard, I feel like I have full support of everyone there. So it's a great, great, great company. I can't say enough great things about the company. So, how my race went, like I said, weather was perfect. It got up to about high 70s, low 80s, but it wasn't too bad because there was cloud coverage on and off. So the clouds would cover up, it would cool down, then it would open up, get a little hot, but then it would cool down. On the way out, the 1.1 miles out, it was slightly uphill, and then there was a breeze, which turned into a little bit of a headwind, which when you get tired is a little annoying, but at least it kept me cool. And then the way back was a little bit of downhill with a tailwind. I wish it was the opposite, but it wasn't. So I got warmer, but I wasn't working as hard. So it actually worked out really well. So the first hour, my hip was hurting, my back was hurting, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to make this running the whole time. My goal was to run 18 of the miles. So I wasn't sure how I was going to feel, and then it got me thinking, I don't know if I'll be able to do this 7 marathons next month. And you know, I started thinking, should I start going to the chiropractor? Should I get dry needling or acupuncture or physical therapy? And so I was a little stressed about it, but I didn't feel too bad, so I just kept going. So after the first hour, though, I started feeling pretty good. So the discomfort went away. Hold on. Joey, stop. Come here. The discomfort went, Joey, stop it. The discomfort went away, and I was actually feeling really good. So the first half, my time was 2:03 or 2:06, and I was really happy with that because I haven't been running. And then I felt strong, so I just kept running. So I just make it to mile 18. At mile 18, I felt good again. So I just kept running and ended up running the entire thing. So excited. So the second half was 2:08. So my total was 4:14, which is pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with that. That's less than a 10-minute pace. And I felt really strong at the finish. My last loop, I, went out a little harder and, just finished feeling really strong. So I'm really happy with my body and really happy with my performance. A lot of people ask me, what do you eat? What do you drink before, after, and during a marathon? So before the marathon, in the morning, I made a vegan Shakeology shake. I ate 2 bananas and drank a Beet Performer. So that's what I had before the race. During the race, I drank a total of 3 quarts of electrolyte drink. And what I've been drinking it's an all-natural, it's called I forgot what it's called. It's that brand R.W. Knudsen. They make like a natural sports drink. So that's what I've been drinking. I'll post a link on the video because I feel bad I can't remember what it's called. And I've been drinking it for a long time. I just never look at the package. So I drank 3 quarts of that, throughout the marathon. And then I also tried some salt tabs. I've never taken salt tabs during a marathon, but I've been wanting to try them. And I figured this was good because it was pretty humid there compared to what I'm used to. And it was a hot, humid day. So I'm like, oh, I'll just take these. And they're salt, electrolytes, and caffeine. So at the half, I took 3 tablets. And then 3/4 of the way done, I took 3 more tablets. And then right before my last loop, my legs were getting a little achy and crampy, and I didn't want to cramp up. So I took 3 more tablets. So during the whole race, I took 9 tablets. I felt fine. I didn't feel any big surge or maybe I did. I don't know. I felt fine at the end. So, but no cramping, no aching, nothing like that. So, and then afterwards, I drank another quart of the sports drink, and then I had a meal that I planned for myself in advance with broccoli and mushrooms and brown rice and curry, and I had that all in a Tupperware ready to go. So after my shower, I chowed that, and it was amazing. So I'm really sore today, and that's the thing. I feel like when I train a lot and train really well, I get about the same time. I always get around 4 hours, but I just feel better the next day. But since I hadn't been running, just my joints are sore because they're not used to the pounding. Because even with the pool running that I was doing, that was really challenging, it was non-impact. So I haven't had any, and I've been walking, so I haven't had any impact in a month. And then all of a sudden I ran 26.2 miles. So my joints are really sore today. So in the next 3.5 weeks, it'll be interesting. I'm gonna have to really step it up with just running every day to get my body used to the 7 states in 7 days that I'm gonna be doing in 3.5 weeks. So I can't wait for that. I can't wait to share that experience. I'm sure I'm gonna learn something amazing about myself. So yeah, great experience. Thank you guys for listening. I love sharing my races because they're really, really fun for me. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I hope you check out Mainly Marathons at some point. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.